Alright, so if you follow the channel, you'll know I've had a fair variety of cars, let's say. I've dailied my Golf R, I've dailied some of my Clios, I've dailied my 335i, my 135i. You get the point. I'm quite, not clued up as such, but like, I've had a lot of cars. I know what's good to drive every day and what's not good to drive every day. And the car in front of me now, ironically, because I bought it as like a space filler, it's actually one of the best cars I've owned in a long time. It is my B6 Passat. Now what B6 is, it's like essentially like Mark 6 kind of thing. In the community, it's known as a B6. This is it though, it is the estate. I think if you don't go for the estate, there's no point, but we'll get into that. The wind's trying to reveal my hairline. But no, these Passats are genuinely some of the best cars about, I think. I truly do think. The only thing I wish I changed about mine, this is going to be like a half buyer's guide, half best car ever. Mine is a 5-speed manual. I do wish I went for the automatic, which is a DSG. It's just so much easier to drive, and it's a first world problem before you comment it. But having to change through the gears all the time, especially to drive every day, is a bit of a pain. I've got my Clio, which I go through the gears, and that's fun. But that's the only thing I wish I could change. Other than that, this is probably the best car I've ever owned. I'm gonna be honest. It's about to cross over 167,000 miles. But it's also the highest mileage car I've ever owned. And strangely, touch wood, I've got no like doubts about these cars. So if you don't know, they come in an array of engines, and they come, as I said, like a saloon or like an estate. In my opinion, you should really go for the estate. I'll show you the boot in a second. The engines, there's a load of engines. I think there's like a 1.4, 1.6, 1.9 TDI, 2 litre TDI, which is the one I've got. And from what I've heard, they are the best. The 1.9s, don't kill me if I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, the 1.9s aren't amazing, whereas the 2 litres are pretty strong and they're reliable. They also come in at R36, which is the 3.6 VR6 engine, which sound incredible. And obviously, if I could afford one of them, I'd have one. But to drive one of them every day is probably a bit of a joke. Mine is obviously the facelift era as well. So we've got the updated steering wheel. This is the same steering wheel as you get in the B7, so like the 2011 shape. So it's basically the same interior. I've also changed this, if you haven't seen on the content. That does like Apple CarPlay and everything. So from here, it could be a B7, which is quite cool. And if I was to ever strip it for parts, it would be worth a bit. That being said, mine is also an R-Line. So the two you want are either R-Line or High-Line. Now, you really want a High-Line. High-Line comes with leather seats, heated seats, upgraded headlights, all the options. Whereas R-Line is like the kit. So you get this like extended bit down here. You get like a double slatted silver grille rather than chrome. You get side skirts along the side, and obviously the R-Line badge. The wheels are a bit naff, but it is a 2009 car. And you also get a slightly different rear bumper. I believe like that bit there is painted or something. The R-Line does look really sick, but obviously spec wise, compared to the High-Line, it is a little bit poverty. Like if we look at these seats, like they're not heated or leather or anything special, whereas the High-Line is. So part of me wants a High-Line, but the other part of me is like, not the end of the world. And I can always swap in the my hairline, please. I can always swap in the High-Line seats. That's what I was going to show you. Hairline's out now. I was going to show you the boot. It is genuinely really good. I've been trying to find that. Yeah, so like from here to here is the boot. So you've got all this space, much better than that. I could lay in that quite I could probably get like 3 people in there comfortably if I was in that sort of trade. Obviously I'm not. It's just sick, isn't it? Like the way that folds. Like it's a German car, so like they're quite like innovative. Is that the word? I actually think I've done well there. But yeah, 2009 car. They're just ahead of their time. Like they genuinely are. This car, in my opinion, you're not going to get a better car than this. Oh, I've just broken the car as I got into it. Oh, let's see if I can fix that. All right, it's in, it's not coming out. And that's what I love about this car. They're old and cheap, so like, yes, I care about it, but like, I'm not like a baby about it. Like, at the end of the day, this is a workhorse to get me from A to B. Like, it is a sick car. But yeah, so these cars, in my opinion, are the best you're gonna get. You can get a Touareg, but they're not as good on fuel. You can get a Tiguan, but they're not as good on fuel. These, yes, you're not sat as high, but you've got the length of it. They're so long. I average 56 miles to the gallon, which is incredible. A full tank is about 100 quid, and that will last me about anywhere from 600 to 700 miles, depending where I'm driving, which, in my opinion, is really good. Like, I know like these old diesel cars, like there's no AdBlue and all that shit, so it's better, I think. Like, I know that's like a controversial thing, but like, I think most people will agree AdBlue isn't good for the fuel economy. It's better for the emissions and everything. This car, I stand by the fact it's probably one of the best I've ever had, if not the best. Not the most fun, not the most attractive, although I actually think it looks cool, but that's another story for another day. It's just the best workhorse ever. I'm yet to find something that can't fit in the boot. I'm yet to find a trip where I'm uncomfortable. I don't know if you saw, but I've got a roof rack now, so that's now like a function as well. I'm going to be fitting a tow bar. Like, what more can you want from a car? I'm just adding and adding and adding to it, and it's sick. I honestly, touch wood again, hopefully nothing goes wrong, I really do enjoy this car. And the parts for it are somewhat cheap because it's an old Volkswagen, which, yeah, I'm happy. And if you are in the market for a Passat, believe me, you won't go wrong. Obviously, now some of them, they have a hard life to and from Europe all the time. If they've got a tow bar, maybe avoid it, because that typically means the car's been under stress. But then at the same time, like, just look at the service history and everything. Like, it's a no-brainer. Every car's got its good and bad. And yeah, if you do want this one, drop me a message on Instagram, because as much as they're better than a Touareg, I do want a Touareg, or a Touareg, however you want to say it. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like and subscribe. I can't see out of this eye, and hopefully I'll see you again. Cheers.